From the vast expanse of space, Earth shines. A blue marble, a jewel of life. Swirling clouds paint patterns on its surface. Continents spread like green and brown tapestries. But it's the blue that captures our imagination. The blue that speaks of mystery and life unseen. This is our home, a planet defined by its vibrant oceans. They cover most of Earth's surface. They are teeming with life, from the smallest plankton to the largest whales. Oceans regulate our climate, providing the air we breathe. But Earth is a world of contrasts. Oceans, mountains, and forests. These are the majestic landscapes that define our planet, each one a testament to the incredible diversity of nature. These landscapes are not just beautiful, they are the lifeblood of our Earth. The vast oceans, with their endless horizons, the towering mountains that touch the sky, and the dense forests that breathe life into our world. Each one is a world unto itself, brimming with breathtaking diversity. The coral reefs, teeming with vibrant marine life. The mountains, home to unique flora and fauna, and the forests, a sanctuary for countless species. Each one plays a vital role in the delicate balance of life on Earth. The oceans regulate our climate, the mountains provide fresh water, and the forests produce the oxygen we breathe. In this series, we will embark on a journey that will take us to the heart of these natural wonders, where we will uncover the secrets they hold and the challenges they face. We will journey to the heart of these natural wonders. We will dive into the depths of the oceans, climb the highest peaks, and walk through the ancient forests. We will explore their hidden depths, their soaring heights, and their verdant canopies. We will witness the intricate ecosystems that thrive in these environments and the delicate balance that sustains them. We will witness the beauty of a coral reef teeming with colourful fish. The vibrant colours and diverse species that call the reef home are a sight to behold. We will feel the awe of standing on a mountain summit, the world spread out beneath us. The sense of accomplishment and the breathtaking views are unparalleled. We will walk among ancient trees, sunlight dappling the forest floor. The tranquility and majesty of these old-growth forests are a reminder of the timeless beauty of nature. But this is not just a journey of discovery. It is also a journey of understanding and appreciation. We will learn about the intricate relationships that sustain these ecosystems and the threats they face. It is a call to action. We will explore the efforts being made to protect these landscapes, from conservation projects to reforestation initiatives. We will meet the people who are dedicating their lives to preserving these natural wonders. For these landscapes are under threat. Pollution, deforestation, and climate change are taking a toll on these vital ecosystems. The time to act is now, to ensure that future generations can experience the breathtaking diversity of our planet. Our journey begins with the oceans, the lifeblood of our planet. They cover over 70% of Earth's surface. They hold 97% of its water. Their depths remain largely unexplored, a realm of mystery and wonder. We will dive into the deep, encountering creatures unlike anything on land. Giant squid, with eyes as big as dinner plates. Bioluminescent jellyfish, illuminating the darkness with their ethereal glow. We will explore the coral reefs, vibrant underwater cities teeming with life. Coral polyps, tiny animals that build these magnificent structures. Fish of every colour imaginable, darting in and out of the coral branches. But the oceans are facing unprecedented challenges. Next, we ascend to the mountains, where the air is thin and the views are breathtaking. These towering giants are formed by the collision of tectonic plates, a process that takes millions of years. We will climb their slopes, passing through different climate zones. From lush forests at the base to alpine meadows and rocky peaks. We will encounter animals specially adapted to survive in these harsh environments. We will learn how mountains influence weather patterns, creating rain shadows and feeding rivers. We will explore their cultural significance as places of worship, pilgrimage, and inspiration. But even these seemingly invincible giants are vulnerable. Finally, we venture into the forests, the lungs of our planet. These green sanctuaries are not just a collection of trees, but a complex web of life that sustains us all. As we step into this verdant world, we are reminded of the intricate balance that nature maintains. These vast ecosystems cover nearly a third of Earth's land surface. From the dense rainforests of the Amazon to the sprawling boreal forests of Canada, these green expanses are vital to our planet's health. They act as giant sponges, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen, thus playing a crucial role in combating climate change. They are home to more than half of all known plant and animal species. Each layer of the forest, from the forest floor to the canopy, teems with life. Insects, birds, mammals, and countless plant species coexist in a delicate harmony, each playing a role in the ecosystem. We will walk beneath the canopy of a rainforest, where the air is thick with humidity and the sound of life. The cacophony of bird calls, the rustle of leaves, and the distant roar of waterfalls create a symphony that is both ancient and ever-changing. We will marvel at the towering trees, some over 200 feet tall. These giants have stood for centuries, witnessing the ebb and flow of life beneath their branches. Their roots delve deep into the earth, anchoring them firmly while their branches reach for the sky. We will encounter strange and wonderful creatures, from colourful birds to elusive jaguars. Each species, no matter how small or elusive, plays a crucial role in the forest's ecosystem. The vibrant plumage of birds and the stealthy movements of predators, like jaguars, remind us of the diversity and beauty of life. We will explore temperate forests, where the seasons change and the leaves turn brilliant shades of red, orange, and yellow. These forests, with their deciduous trees, offer a spectacular display of nature's palette, marking the passage of time with their changing colours. We will learn about the vital role forests play in regulating our climate and providing clean air and water. Forests act as natural water filters, ensuring that rivers and streams run clear. They also help in maintaining the water cycle, releasing moisture into the atmosphere and bringing rain to parched lands. But forests are under threat from deforestation, driven by agriculture, logging, and mining. These activities not only destroy habitats, but also release stored carbon into the atmosphere, exacerbating climate change. It is imperative that we recognise the value of forests and take steps to protect them for future generations. We descend from the sunlit world above, plunging into the cool embrace of the ocean. Sunlight dances on the surface, then fades as we go deeper, entering a realm of twilight blues and greens. Here, gravity seems to loosen its grip, and we are suspended in a realm of fluid motion. This is the Aquaverse, a world as vast and varied as any on land. It's a realm of constant motion, driven by currents that circle the globe. These currents carry nutrients and oxygen, supporting a web of life that stretches from the sunlit surface to the abyssal depths. The ocean is Earth's largest habitat, home to an estimated 80% of all life on our planet. As we descend deeper, the sunlight begins to fade. The warm, familiar hues of the surface world give way to a cool, blue-green twilight. Here, at depths of 650 to 3,300 feet, lies the ocean's twilight zone, also known as the mesopelagic zone. This is a realm of mystery and wonder, where many creatures have evolved bioluminescence, the ability to produce their own light. Flashing patterns of light attract mates, disorient predators, and lure prey in the perpetual twilight. This zone plays a crucial role in regulating Earth's climate. Section 3. Coral Cities. In the shallow, sunlit waters of tropical oceans, we find vibrant coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea. These underwater cities teem with life, rivaling the biodiversity of their terrestrial counterparts. Corals, tiny animals related to jellyfish, build these magnificent structures over thousands of years. Each coral polyp secretes a hard, calcium carbonate skeleton, creating a structure that provides shelter and food for a dazzling array of marine life. Fish in every colour imaginable dart among the coral branches, seeking food and shelter from predators. Coral reefs are not just beautiful, they are essential to the health of our oceans and our planet. Section 4. A kaleidoscope of life. The sheer diversity of life in the ocean is astounding. From the smallest plankton, the base of the ocean's food web, to the largest creature on Earth, the blue whale, the ocean is a kaleidoscope of life forms. Each species plays a vital role in this intricate web of life. Whales, the ocean's gentle giants, migrate thousands of miles each year, following their food sources and giving birth in warmer waters. Sharks, often feared but essential for maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems, have patrolled the oceans for millions of years. Fish, in their countless shapes and sizes, fill every niche imaginable. Section 5. Silent Giants. In the ocean depths, massive underwater forests sway to the rhythm of the currents. These are kelp forests, dominated by giant kelp, a type of seaweed that can grow up to 2 feet per day. These underwater towers can reach heights of over 100 feet, forming dense canopies that provide habitat for a rich array of marine life. Sea otters, playful and intelligent creatures, wrap themselves in kelp fronds to keep from drifting away while they sleep. Harbour seals dart through the kelp stalks, hunting for fish. Rockfish, with their mottled camouflage, blend seamlessly with the kelp, waiting to ambush their prey. Kelp forests, like their terrestrial counterparts, play a vital role in absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to mitigate climate change. As we venture deeper into the ocean's abyss, we enter a realm of perpetual darkness, where sunlight never penetrates. Here, in the crushing pressure and frigid temperatures, life takes on strange and wonderful forms. This is the deep sea, the largest habitat on Earth, covering more than 60% of the planet's surface. In this alien world, creatures have adapted to survive in extreme conditions. Some have evolved bioluminescence, using light to attract mates, lure prey, or deter predators. Others have developed unique adaptations to cope with the crushing pressure, such as gelatinous bodies that can withstand the weight of the ocean above. The deep sea is also home to hydrothermal vents, underwater geysers that spew out hot, mineral-rich fluids from the Earth's interior. The ocean is in constant motion, its rhythm dictated by the gravitational pull of the moon and the sun. Twice a day, every day, the tides ebb and flow, creating a dynamic environment that shapes coastlines and influences marine life. Along rocky shores, intertidal zones teem with life, adapted to survive both submerged and exposed to the air. Barnacles, with their feathery appendages, filter plankton from the water when the tide is in, then seal themselves tightly shut when the tide goes out. Mussels, with their strong byssal threads, anchor themselves to rocks, resisting the pounding waves. Along our planet's edges, where the land meets the sea, lie vital ecosystems: mangroves, salt marshes, and seagrass meadows. These coastal guardians provide a wealth of benefits, acting as nurseries for countless marine species, protecting coastlines from erosion and filtering pollutants from the water. Mangroves, with their tangled roots that rise above the waterline, create a unique habitat that shelters juvenile fish, crabs, and shrimp. Salt marshes, dominated by grasses and sedges, provide nesting grounds for shorebirds and waterfowl. Seagrass meadows, swaying gently in the current, are home to seahorses, sea turtles, and a variety of fish. These coastal ecosystems are not just beautiful, they are essential for the health of our oceans and our planet. Section 9. A delicate balance. The ocean's ecosystems are interconnected, a delicate balance of life that has evolved over millions of years. Phytoplankton, microscopic plants that drift in the sunlit waters, form the base of the food web, providing nourishment for a vast array of creatures. Zooplankton, tiny animals, graze on the phytoplankton, in turn becoming food for small fish, which are then eaten by larger fish, sharks, and marine mammals. This intricate web of life is dependent on a healthy ocean. When one part of the ecosystem is disrupted, it can have cascading effects throughout the entire system. Section 10. The plastic plague. Our oceans are facing a growing threat: plastic pollution. Every year, millions of tons of plastic enter our oceans, from single-use packaging to discarded fishing gear. This plastic waste can persist in the environment for centuries, breaking down into smaller and smaller pieces, but never truly disappearing. Marine animals often mistake plastic for food, ingesting it with often fatal consequences. Sea turtles, for example, may mistake plastic bags for jellyfish, a staple of their diet. Seabirds can ingest plastic fragments, which can fill their stomachs, leading to starvation. Plastic pollution is not just a threat to marine life, it also has economic and human health implications. Section 11. Rising temperatures. climate change is having a profound impact on our oceans. As the planet warms, the ocean absorbs much of the excess heat, leading to rising ocean temperatures. This warming water can have devastating consequences for marine life. Coral reefs, for example, are highly sensitive to changes in water temperature. As the water warms, corals can expel the symbiotic algae that live within their tissues, causing them to bleach and eventually die. This bleaching can have devastating impacts on the entire reef ecosystem. Rising ocean temperatures are also causing sea levels to rise, threatening coastal communities and ecosystems. Section 12. A call for action. The ocean is vast, but it is not invincible. It is facing unprecedented threats from human activities, from pollution and overfishing to climate change. But there is still hope. We can all take action to protect our oceans and ensure the health of this vital ecosystem for generations to come. We can reduce our plastic consumption, opting for reusable alternatives whenever possible. We can support sustainable seafood choices, avoiding overfished species and choosing seafood caught or farmed using responsible practices. We can reduce our carbon footprint, advocating for policies that address climate change. We can support marine protected areas, which provide safe havens for marine life to recover and thrive. Section 13. Hope on the horizon. Despite the challenges facing our oceans, there is reason for hope. Around the world, individuals, communities, and governments are taking action to protect our oceans and reverse the damage that has been done. From local beach cleanups to international agreements, there is a growing movement to address the threats facing our oceans. Scientists are working to better understand the ocean and its inhabitants, developing new technologies to monitor ocean health and track the impacts of human activities. Conservationists are working to protect marine habitats, create marine protected areas, and restore damaged ecosystems. Educators are inspiring the next generation of ocean stewards, teaching children about the importance of marine conservation. Section 1. Earth's majestic crowns. We leave the boundless blue of the ocean behind and turn our gaze upward towards the towering peaks that pierce the sky. Mountains, Earth's majestic crowns, stand as silent guardians, their rugged beauty a testament to the immense forces that shape our planet. From the Himalayas, the roof of the world, to the Andes, stretching the length of a continent, to the Rockies, their snow-capped peaks mirrored in pristine lakes, mountains inspire awe and wonder. They are places of extremes, where thin air and harsh conditions test the limits of life. Mountains are not merely static features of the landscape. Mountains are giants of time, their history etched into their very rock. Their formation is a story told over millions, even billions of years, a slow-motion ballet of tectonic plates colliding, buckling, and uplifting. Imagine the Earth's crust as a giant jigsaw puzzle, the pieces constantly shifting and grinding against each other. Where these plates converge, immense pressure builds, forcing the land to buckle and fold, creating mountain ranges. The Himalayas, for example, were formed by the collision of the Indian subcontinent with Asia, a process that continues to this day, pushing the mountains ever higher. Once mountains rise, the forces of nature continue to shape them, carving their peaks, valleys, and canyons. Wind, water, and ice act as relentless sculptors, slowly but surely wearing down the rock, creating the dramatic landscapes we see today. Wind, carrying abrasive particles of sand and dust, can carve intricate patterns into the rock, creating arches, hoodoos, and other fantastical formations. Water, flowing in rivers and streams, carves deep valleys and canyons, its power amplified by gravity and the abrasive force of the sediment it carries. Ice, in the form of glaciers, is perhaps the most powerful sculptor of all. Despite their harsh conditions, mountains are teeming with life, from the lush forests at their base to the windswept summits where only the hardiest plants and animals can survive. Each elevation, each aspect, supports a unique community of life, adapted to thrive in its particular microclimate. At the lower elevations, where temperatures are milder and rainfall is more abundant, forests thrive. Deciduous trees, shedding their leaves in the fall, dominate in temperate regions, while evergreen conifers, their needles adapted to withstand cold and snow, prevail in colder climates. Imagine a mountain peak, isolated from the surrounding lowlands by elevation and climate, an island in the sky. This isolation creates unique evolutionary pressures, leading to the development of endemic species, plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. The Ethiopian highlands, for example, are home to the gelada, a primate found only in these high-altitude grasslands. The Andes harbour the vicuña, a relative of the llama, adapted to life on the high Andean plateau. The Himalayas boast the snow leopard, its smoky grey coat providing camouflage in the snowy, rocky landscape. Life in the mountains is a constant struggle for survival. Thin air, extreme temperatures, strong winds, and intense ultraviolet radiation pose significant challenges for plants and animals. But, life finds a way, evolving ingenious adaptations to thrive in these demanding environments. Animals living at high altitudes have developed larger lungs and more red blood cells to cope with the thinner air, which contains less oxygen. Yaks, for example, have evolved larger hearts and lungs than their lowland relatives, allowing them to thrive in the thin air of the Tibetan plateau. Mountains are more than just physical features of the landscape. They are silent guardians, playing a vital role in the health of our planet and the well-being of humanity. They are often called the water towers of the world, as they are the source of most of our fresh water. Snow and ice accumulate on mountain peaks, forming glaciers that act as natural reservoirs, slowly releasing water throughout the year, feeding rivers and streams that provide water for drinking, irrigation, and hydropower. Mountains also play a crucial role in regulating climate. For centuries, mountains have served as natural barriers and corridors for human movement and cultural exchange. Ancient trade routes, like the Silk Road, traversed mountain passes, connecting distant civilizations and facilitating the exchange of goods, ideas, and beliefs. These mountain paths, often treacherous and challenging, were not only conduits for trade, but also for the transmission of knowledge, art, and religion. Buddhism, for example, spread from its origins in India along the Silk Road, taking root in the mountain communities of the Himalayas and beyond. The Inca Trail, winding its way through the Andes to the lost city of Machu Picchu, is a testament to the engineering prowess and cultural sophistication of the Inca civilization. Mountains have long held a powerful sway over the human imagination, inspiring awe, reverence, and a sense of the sacred. Cultures around the world have developed unique traditions, beliefs, and practices shaped by their relationship with the mountains. In the Himalayas, Mount Everest, known as Chomolungma, goddess mother of the world, to the Sherpa people, is revered as a sacred peak, home to deities and spirits. The Andes are imbued with the spirit of Pachamama, Mother Earth, a goddess revered by indigenous communities for her life-giving powers. In Native American cultures, mountains are often seen as places of power, where spirits reside and visions are received. Mountains, despite their imposing presence, are fragile giants, vulnerable to the impacts of human activities and climate change. As global temperatures rise, glaciers are melting at an alarming rate, threatening water supplies for millions of people downstream. Deforestation, driven by agriculture, logging and mining, is stripping mountainsides of their protective cover, leaving them vulnerable to erosion and landslides. Overgrazing is degrading alpine meadows, reducing biodiversity and increasing the risk of soil erosion. Pollution from industrial activities, mining and urban areas is contaminating water sources, threatening human health and ecosystems. Section 11. Melting glaciers. Glaciers, those rivers of ice that flow slowly down mountain valleys, are among the most visible and dramatic indicators of climate change. As global temperatures rise, glaciers around the world are shrinking at an alarming rate, their meltwater contributing to rising sea levels and threatening water supplies for millions of people. The Himalayan glaciers, often called the Third Pole, because they contain the largest reserves of fresh water outside the polar regions, are particularly vulnerable. These glaciers feed major rivers, including the Ganges, the Brahmaputra, and the Indus, which support hundreds of millions of people in South Asia. As these glaciers shrink, so too does the availability of water for drinking, irrigation, and hydropower generation. Section 12. A world unbalanced. The challenges facing mountains are a microcosm of the broader environmental crisis facing our planet. Climate change, habitat loss, pollution, and overexploitation of resources are all taking a toll on these vital ecosystems. The interconnectedness of these issues is starkly apparent in mountains. Climate change is accelerating glacial melt, impacting water resources and altering ecosystems. Deforestation exacerbates climate change, increases erosion, and reduces biodiversity. Pollution from distant sources, carried by wind and water, contaminates mountain environments, impacting human health and wildlife. Section 13. Finding harmony. Protecting mountains requires a shift in perspective, a recognition that we are part of nature, not separate from it. We must find ways to live in harmony with these vital ecosystems, respecting their limits and supporting their resilience. This requires a multifaceted approach, one that involves governments, businesses, communities, and individuals working together to find solutions. We need policies that promote sustainable land management practices, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and protect biodiversity. We need businesses to adopt sustainable practices, reducing their environmental footprint and investing in conservation efforts. Protecting mountains is not just about preserving pristine wilderness. It's also about ensuring the well-being of the millions of people who depend on them for water, livelihoods, and cultural identity. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of human and natural systems and finding ways to thrive within the limits of our planet. There are many ways to contribute to mountain conservation. Support organizations working to protect mountain ecosystems. Advocate for policies that address climate change and promote sustainable development. And make conscious choices in your daily life to reduce your environmental impact. Educate yourself about the challenges facing mountains and share your knowledge with others. Mountains, with their towering peaks, rugged beauty, and challenging environments, have always inspired humanity. They remind us of the power of nature, the resilience of life, and the importance of finding harmony with our planet. As we face the growing challenges of climate change, biodiversity loss, and environmental degradation, mountains can serve as a source of inspiration and hope. They remind us that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way. They demonstrate the interconnectedness of all living things and the importance of protecting our planet for future generations. We leave the soaring heights of the mountains behind us and descend into the emerald embrace of the forests. These vast ecosystems, stretching across continents, are the lungs of our planet, breathing in carbon dioxide and exhaling the life-giving oxygen we depend upon. From the lush rainforests of the tropics to the temperate forests of our childhood fairy tales, to the snow-laden boreal forests of the north, each type of forest holds its own unique magic, a symphony of life in 1,000 shades of green. Imagine stepping into a world where the air is thick with humidity, the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves filling your nostrils. Forests are often called cathedrals of green, and for good reason. The sheer scale of some forests is awe-inspiring. Giant trees, some hundreds of years old, tower above the forest floor. Their trunks like ancient pillars, supporting a vaulted ceiling of leaves. In the rainforest, vines as thick as a man's arm snake their way up the trunks, seeking the sunlight above. Epiphytes, plants that grow on other plants, cling to branches, their roots dangling in the humid air. In temperate forests, the changing seasons paint the leaves in hues of gold, crimson, and russet, a breathtaking display of nature's artistry. Sunlight filters through the canopy, creating a dappled effect on the forest floor. This interplay of light and shadow creates a mosaic of microhabitats, each with its own unique conditions and inhabitants. In the sun-drenched clearings, wildflowers bloom in profusion, attracting a myriad of insects. In the shaded understory, ferns unfurl their delicate fronds, while mosses and fungi carpet the forest floor, decomposing fallen leaves and recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. The forest is a symphony of life, a cacophony of sounds that changes with the time of day and the seasons. In the early morning, the air is filled with the songs of birds, each species with its own unique melody. Woodpeckers hammer at tree trunks, their rhythmic drumming echoing through the forest. Squirrels chatter and chase each other through the branches, while deer browse quietly in the undergrowth. As the day progresses, the soundscape changes. Section 5. Ancient Guardians. Some trees are giants, living for hundreds, even thousands of years. These ancient guardians have witnessed the passage of time, their rings recording the history of the forest, the changing seasons, the droughts and floods, the fires and storms that have shaped the landscape. These trees are not just individuals, they are interconnected, communicating with each other through underground networks of fungi, sharing nutrients, warning of danger, and supporting each other's growth. Now imagine standing at the base of a giant sequoia, its trunk so wide it would take 20 people to encircle it. Section 6. Treasures of the Rainforest. Rainforests, the most biodiverse ecosystems on land, are often called the jewels of the earth. These lush forests, found in tropical regions around the world, are home to an astounding array of plant and animal life, many species still unknown to science. Imagine a world where every shade of green imaginable explodes in a riot of life. Vines snake their way up towering trees, their leaves dripping with moisture. Orchids, their delicate blooms a kaleidoscope of colour, cling to branches, while bromeliads, their leaves forming water-filled tanks, provide homes for frogs and insects. The air is alive with the songs of birds, the chatter of monkeys, and the buzz of insects. Section 7. The temperate tapestry. Temperate forests, found in regions with distinct seasons, are a tapestry of changing colours. In the spring, the forest floor erupts in a carpet of wildflowers, their blooms attracting a myriad of pollinators. As the weather warms, the trees leaf out, their canopies forming a dense shade that shelters the forest floor. Summer brings a lush abundance of life, as birds raise their young and animals fatten up for the coming winter. Autumn brings a spectacular transformation, as the leaves of deciduous trees turn brilliant shades of gold, crimson, and russet before falling to the ground, creating a rich layer of compost that nourishes the soil. Section 8. Silent snowfall. Boreal forests, also known as taiga, encircle the globe in a band of green across the high northern latitudes. These cold, adapted forests, dominated by coniferous trees such as spruce, fir, and pine, are a place of long winters and short, intense summers. Imagine a world where the air is crisp and cold, the ground covered in a thick blanket of snow. The silence is broken only by the sound of your own breath and the occasional crack of a branch under the weight of the snow. Sunlight filters through the evergreen boughs, creating a magical, otherworldly glow. Section 9. Guardians of the climate. Forests are essential to the health of our planet, playing a vital role in regulating the global climate. Trees, through the process of photosynthesis, absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and store it in their wood, leaves, and roots. This process helps to mitigate climate change by removing carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, from the atmosphere. Forests are estimated to absorb about 2.6 billion tonnes of carbon dioxide each year, roughly 30% of human-caused emissions. In addition to absorbing carbon dioxide, forests also release oxygen into the atmosphere, a byproduct of photosynthesis. Section 10. The vanishing forests. Despite their vital importance, forests around the world are under threat. Deforestation, driven by agriculture, logging, mining, and urban sprawl, is clearing forests at an alarming rate. Every year, millions of acres of forest are lost, releasing vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and contributing to climate change. This deforestation is having a devastating impact on biodiversity, pushing countless species towards extinction. The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet for its role in absorbing carbon dioxide, is particularly vulnerable. Section 11. Silent Forests, Silent Spring. The loss of forests has far-reaching consequences, not just for the plants and animals that live there, but for the health of our planet as a whole. As forests disappear, so too do the vital ecosystem services they provide. The loss of trees can lead to soil erosion, water pollution, and increased risk of floods and droughts. It can also disrupt local and regional climate patterns, leading to more extreme weather events. The decline of pollinators, such as bees, butterflies, and birds, is also linked to deforestation and habitat loss. Section 12. Seeds of Hope. Despite the challenges facing forests, there is hope. Around the world, individuals, communities, and governments are working to protect and restore these vital ecosystems. Conservation efforts, such as the creation of protected areas, are helping to safeguard some of the world's most biodiverse forests. Sustainable forestry practices, which aim to harvest timber in a way that does not damage the forest ecosystem, are gaining traction. Reforestation efforts, such as the Bonn Challenge, which aims to restore 350 million hectares of degraded and deforested land by 2030, are helping to bring back forests to areas that have been cleared. Section 13. A Future in the Balance. The future of our forests, and indeed the health of our planet, hangs in the balance. The choices we make today will determine whether we leave a legacy of thriving forests for future generations or a world impoverished by their loss. We must act now to protect our forests, to restore what we have lost, and to find ways to live in harmony with these vital ecosystems. The time for action is now. Let us be inspired by the resilience of nature, the interconnectedness of all living things, and the power of collective action. Our journey has taken us across the face of our planet, from the ocean depths to the mountain peaks, and finally to the heart of the forests. We have witnessed the breathtaking beauty, the astonishing diversity, and the vital interconnectedness of these natural wonders. Recall the vibrant coral reefs teeming with life, a kaleidoscope of colours and shapes. We marvelled at the towering mountains, their peaks shrouded in clouds, their slopes home to unique and resilient creatures. We walked beneath the emerald canopy of the forests, the air thick with humidity and the sounds of life. Each of these landscapes, though seemingly distinct, is part of a larger whole, a web of life that connects all living things. Section 2. A symphony of interdependence. The interconnectedness of oceans, mountains, and forests is not merely a poetic notion, it is a scientific reality. These ecosystems are linked by a complex web of relationships, each one influencing and depending on the others for their survival. Consider the water cycle. Evaporation from the oceans forms clouds that release precipitation over land, feeding rivers and streams that flow down from the mountains, nourishing forests and eventually returning to the sea. Or consider the carbon cycle. Section 3. A legacy at risk. The delicate balance of these ecosystems, honed over millennia, is now under threat from human activities. Climate change, driven by our reliance on fossil fuels, is warming the planet, leading to more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and ocean acidification. Deforestation, driven by agriculture, logging, and mining, is stripping the planet of its forests, releasing vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and destroying vital habitats. Pollution from industrial activities, agricultural runoff, and plastic waste is contaminating our oceans, rivers, and soil. These human-caused threats are having a devastating impact on the natural world, pushing countless species towards extinction, disrupting delicate ecological balances, and jeopardizing the very systems that sustain us. Section 4. Guardians of our future. The challenges we face are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. We have the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to change course, to protect our planet, and to create a more sustainable future. But time is of the essence. We must act now to reduce our impact on the planet, to transition to clean energy sources, to adopt sustainable practices, and to protect our remaining wild spaces. We must recognize that we are part of nature, not separate from it, and that our well-being is inextricably linked to the health of our planet. Section 5. A call to action, a pledge for life. This is not just a slogan, but a heartfelt plea to every individual who calls this planet home. Our Earth, with its breathtaking landscapes and diverse ecosystems, is a treasure that we must protect and cherish. The future is not something that simply happens to us. It is something we create through our choices and our actions. Every decision we make, no matter how small, has a ripple effect on the world around us. From the food we eat to the way we travel, our daily habits shape the future of our planet. Each one of us has a role to play in protecting our planet. Whether it's planting a tree, reducing waste, or educating others about the importance of conservation, our actions matter. Imagine a world where every person takes a moment to consider the impact of their choices. The cumulative effect would be monumental. We can make a difference in our own lives, in our communities, and in the world. By supporting green initiatives and participating in community projects, we can foster a culture of sustainability. These efforts not only benefit the environment, but also strengthen our communities and improve our quality of life. Reduce your carbon footprint by using public transport, cycling, walking, or carpooling whenever possible. These simple changes can significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and help combat climate change. Imagine the impact if everyone made a conscious effort to choose more sustainable modes of transportation. Conserve energy at home by turning off lights when you leave a room, unplugging electronic devices when not in use, and using energy-efficient appliances. Small actions like these can lead to significant energy savings and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Additionally, consider investing in renewable energy sources such as solar or wind power to further reduce your environmental impact. Make sustainable choices by choosing products with minimal packaging, opting for reusable alternatives to single-use plastics, and supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability. Every purchase we make is a vote for the kind of world we want to live in. By supporting eco-friendly products and companies, we can drive demand for more sustainable practices in the marketplace. Support organizations working to protect our oceans, mountains, and forests through donations, volunteering, or spreading awareness. These organizations play a crucial role in conservation efforts and rely on the support of individuals like you to continue their important work. Whether it's a financial contribution or volunteering your time, every bit helps. Advocate for change by contacting your elected officials to express your concerns about environmental issues and urging them to support policies that promote conservation, sustainability, and climate action. Your voice matters, and by speaking up, you can influence policy decisions that have far-reaching impacts on the environment. Let your voice be heard. Join rallies, sign petitions, and engage in discussions about the importance of environmental protection. Collective action amplifies our message and demonstrates to leaders that there is widespread support for sustainable policies. The future of our planet is in our hands. The choices we make today will determine the world we leave for future generations. It's a responsibility we must take seriously, and it's an opportunity to create a legacy of which we can be proud. Let us choose to be the generation that turns the tide, that protects our oceans, mountains, and forests for generations to come. Together, we can create a sustainable future where nature thrives and humanity lives in harmony with the Earth. This is our call to action, our pledge for life. Let us rise to the challenge and make a lasting difference.